So I'm doing this pick a card for what's next in love, and we have 3 piles here to choose from with crystals. I don't know the names of the crystals. If you'd like to help me in the comments, that would be great. So we're going to refer to them with the card. So we have these 3 major arcanas combined with the crystals. This is the High Priestess card, which is called Sanctuary, pile number 1. With this blackish, bluish rock. So Sanctuary, pile number 1. The Sun card, it's called Dancing with the Sun, pile number 2, this rock. And then our 3rd pile is the Empress, which is called Fullness of Life. And it's with this rock. I did know the name of this. I know it's good for like exercise. So if you're doing like yoga or exercising, it's good to have this around, but I can't remember the name of it. It might be like snake, something snake. Anywho, so I'll be referring to these as pile 1 is Sanctuary, pile 2 is Dancing with the Sun, and pile 3 is Fullness of Life. You can pause the video to make your selection. I'll be starting the readings now. So this is a reading for pile 1, and we're talking about your love life, any kind of upcoming developments, anything you need to know. You chose the card of Sanctuary, which is the High Priestess in the regular tarot. Since you chose the High Priestess, there may be things like secrets, or there may be things you're not aware of. There's a snake here, so there could be someone who's behaving kind of like a snake in the situation. You're trying to get more freedom, maybe through writing. There's a feather, like a feather pen is what I'm thinking of, or just kind of gaining freedom, gaining insight, consulting with your spirit guides. There's some kind of secret knowledge here. Okay, so this is a return from someone from the past. It's a new beginning. Things have happened really, really fast. It feels, wow, powerful. It feels really powerful because, for one, things are happening fast. This feels like someone you already know, or maybe just there's a familiarity with this person where it feels like you know each other, but there's things from the past that are definitely returning to your life, and this is kind of like a soulmate. So this is someone who's meant to teach you something, meant to be there in your life. This is a very loving connection with the 2 of Cups. But there are choices to be made. So I don't know if this was like a choice between you and another person, or between them and another person. The Lovers can also indicate a choice, and then we have this juggling card, so there could be some juggling going on, and maybe that's the secret. I don't know how this pertains to you. Let's see. There's some knowledge that once it comes through, it really shakes things up and things fall apart. It feels like you're being really steady in the situation and trying to just kind of keep things moving along. Maybe not asking questions, or maybe, I don't know what your particular situation is, but it may be good to ask questions or to just kind of get the information somehow so you're not in the dark. But it feels like there's a juggling energy here. It feels like everything is feeling amplified, like it's all feeling a lot more intense. Emotions are running high. Things have happened, developed really, really quickly. You feel really fortunate. This could also be tied in with money, this connection, or another connection might be tied through money, through work. But you feel seen in this relationship, and it almost feels like, in some level, more like a friendship, like very nurturing and loving and kind. But then things have just kind of jumped really fast from that connection into something a lot more intimate and intense. And then there could be some juggling going on. Once the news comes out, it's like you may fall apart, or something else falls apart. And it's important that you stay steady and focus on your growth, on your personal growth, on your career, on daily things, daily rituals that keep you grounded, like eating, drinking, sleeping, exercising, going outside, meeting with friends, staying motivated. If you're a writer, if you're some kind of, have some kind of self-expression, that might be important with the Eight of Wands. And I see this feather pen again. But yeah, decisions could be big around career as well. It might be that like things are just kind of coming to this climactic state where everything's happening at once and you're having to decide where things are moving forward because of the news that came out, that something that you thought was going to be stable actually ended up kind of erupting and becoming more difficult. But there is a lot of love here, and this does feel divinely connected. And I think part of what I'm doing here is mixing a lot of things together, a lot of different information. So you're gonna have to kind of unpack it and figure out like, oh, okay, that's about my career, that's about my family, that's about my love relationship, that's about something else. Because there's a lot here and it's going to be different for every person, but there is some kind of information that came out that may have been a secret. And once that comes out, it's like things are falling apart and there's a need to be grounded on work. You do have new opportunities coming in work. There are big life decisions to be made. It feels like this person's really important to you, but it may have been more of a friendship and then things just kind of develop fast. And I don't know if that's already happened yet, but that's kind of where I'm seeing your love life headed. So I don't know if we need, let's see if we can get like a oracle just to finish it off in a better kind of feeling. Okay, this makes sense. So I know these oracles pretty well by now. What we perceive to be is not the whole story, only that which we understand to the level of our knowledge. The solid of a stone seems impenetrable, but as we look closer, we begin to see space and smaller objects held together. Then we see space above all else, movement where we perceive there to be none. So it feels like there's a lot more to the story than you realize. It's also important that you remain open-minded. And before you make big life decisions, you kind of unravel what has happened so that you understand it. But it feels like someone from your past may be important. Things develop really fastly. This is a soulmate. But it also could just be like a friendship that's developing and getting closer. And being grounded, being focused on yourself, creating sanctuary, creating rituals that help you get in contact with your intuition, so that you're not kind of feeling like the wool is pulled over your eyes kind of thing. So I hope this made sense to you. I'm going to be moving on to the next reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your reading if you chose pile number 2. With the sun, which is called Dancing with the Sun. And this rock over here, it's unidentified rock. So with the sun, I feel like this is very happy. This is a happy connection. There may be a lot of laughter, dancing, excitement, going out. Maybe this is a friend group situation where you're meeting this person. It could also be that someone here is in the performing arts or something like that. That's what I'm kind of getting. Okay. So there is attraction here. It feels like there's a person here who's very attractive. This may be you. I mean, why, yes, it's you. But not maybe. But yeah, it could be like how you're viewing the other person or how you're being viewed by the other person or both. But it feels like there's a difficult journey to realization or to openness. Like there may have been difficulty with opening up with this attraction. There's also a lot of regret because there's been heartache connected with this. There's been loss and like maybe a lot of tears. It could also be another woman. I hate those messages. But yeah, like the Empress sometimes to me is like the other woman. This could also be someone who's pregnant. But sexuality is very strong here. With the Knight of Wands, it's kind of this energy of an in and out. Like it's kind of, could be like a one night stand kind of energy. It feels like there's movement connected with this, or maybe relocating, moving somewhere new, changing plans. Like life has just kind of taken on this new meaning, but things are getting into balance. In terms of give and take, this is becoming more of a balanced situation, or you're finding more balance through other people who are willing to give and take equally. There is a lot of indecision and a lack of clarity here, and it feels like it's been a really difficult journey with this, but you're kind of learning to value yourself more through the heartache, after the heartache, and seeing your own beauty and your own worthiness and your abilities as well. I feel like you have a lot of talents, a lot of skills, a lot of abilities, quite attractive, beautiful, and able to change your life story on your own. This is also connected with motherhood and just like getting in touch with your divine feminine after a time of a lot of grief and sorrow, after a time of men kind of coming in and out, or women coming in and out of your life, and having to adjust because maybe you weren't seeing the situation for what it was. Maybe you were perceiving that it was going to be a lot more than it ended up being. Hate those situations. Let's see if we can find some oracle just for some guiding messages for you for the end of the reading. Okay, so this is kind of a tough card. The strength of the warrior without the fight, the patience and wisdom gained from many lifetimes, the solidness of the earth beneath our feet, watching and waiting as many dramas unfold, all seen many times before. This allows us in our own time to realize the repetition. Growth 14. So it feels like this has been a repetitive cycle. Like I said before, it's like a continuous experience of the same type of person in different people. And the energy of it being impermanent, just kind of like a one-off situation, and you may be expecting it or hoping that it would be more than that, and maybe even not, possibly not even taking it to a further place because realizing it's not going to work, but you're valuing yourself above the situation. You're moving towards better outcomes, better life experiences for yourself, but there is a heavy indecision here. Feels like you can focus on relationships and people in your life who are equally giving, and that would be a good kind of stepping stone out of a time where you were maybe selling yourself short or allowing others to engage with you energetically who weren't taking you seriously. This could be even like, for some of you, some kind of fame or recognition for your work that you do, like creatively, and that might be bringing you into more balance, but there's some kind of honesty coming through after a long period of time of waiting. Someone's coming through with a message where they're actually really attracted to you, but you may have not known that, or they may have not been like very forthcoming about their feelings, and that could have put you in a state of sorrow for a while. But I see as you're moving your life forward and letting go of that indecision, you're just going to connect with different types of energies and different types of people and be able to let this past situation go. I actually wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to pull out one more because I feel like the story has some kind of continuation. So justice for you in your life, things coming to balance, you getting what you deserve in life comes through situations where, well, I guess someone who's attracted to you, where you're going to get the honesty, and it may have been like a long period of time of waiting, but somehow this serves justice. It might be justice for something else that you're going through in your life, and this person might help you with it, or it's just this person coming in, maybe apologizing or being very honest about what happened in the past, and that kind of puts things into balance. So I'm going to pull out an oracle. Actually, I did that. Definitely need to take a short nap after this. It's my second reading. All right, so I'm moving on to pile number 3. Thanks for watching. This is for pile number 3 if you chose the Empress, which is called the Fullness of Life in this deck. This is your card with the Empress. This is all about attraction. It's the card of Venus. So this is the things that you're attracted to, but also your attractability. It's a card of motherhood. It's a card of the feminine, the divine feminine, connecting with nature, being grounded, healing yourself, connecting with Mother as well, Mother Earth, or your actual mother. This is a fiery pile. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling like, whoa. I just saw the Queen of Wands and I was like, whoa, stand back. There's a lot of emphasis on looks and attraction. There's a lot of suitors here. There's like kind of a crush situation that's forming. There's someone from your past that you're engaging with as well, or memories that are coming up. It feels like you're on this new path though, kind of letting go of the old, not interested in that stuff anymore. Yeah, definitely, as I said, new path. We see the Fool. So you're jumping into the unknown, really keeping your guard up this time around with people that are engaging with your energy. There is someone who's very interested in you from your past. This is so funny how it's playing out. But I'm seeing you kind of, let me just show you, kind of keeping them at arm's length, kind of being like, hey, show me your cards. I don't want you to get any closer before I figure you out. But it is interesting. You have the Empress with the Emperor. And the way that this person is approaching you might be a little too direct for your taste, or it might be that you've just been through a lot. You're now really understanding your self-worth and not engaging with anything that's below you. This person might be really compatible with you, but I think their approach might be kind of like something that you're not too sure of or too excited about. I do feel that you're coming on this new energy. You're feeling very attractive, maybe going out more, maybe checking out those apps, whatever it is that you do, and engaging with life, like putting yourself out there in a way that feels authentic to you. By just doing the things that you love to do, you're attracting more attention to you, and then the right people seem to come your way. But it also feels like you kind of get yourself in a mental rut when you are, I don't know, when you're dealing with attraction. It kind of feels like there's a lot of eyes on you, or there's just a lot of attraction going on, and then you're just kind of getting in your head. Why? Let me get clarity on that. What is this? 8 of Swords. So maybe you actually went through a tough time here. We have the 9 of Swords and we have the 7 of Wands. So it put you in a defense mode. Like this could almost be for some level of depression that you've come out of. And if that's true, I'm so sorry. But with the 8 of Swords, it kind of feels like you're kind of in your head about what you're capable of doing or what you're comfortable with doing, and maybe a bit defensive about past experiences. I'm not getting a lot of information why, and I'll respect that maybe I don't need to know that. You know that already. But it does feel like you have a new opportunity to start something fresh here and to just engage with life. It's a different philosophy about life with the Fool. This isn't anything romantic. This reading is all about self-empowerment and just kind of putting yourself first and engaging with people. There are crushes developing. There are people from your past who are super into you. There is this attention all on you as you're healing. It's like you're radiating a lot of light outwards, but the main emphasis isn't really on love. It's on this new journey that you're on with yourself, where you're getting to try out new adventures, and also just a new philosophy that you're taking on life, where you're traveling light, where you don't want the baggage of the past, and that may be why you're putting your foot down with someone from your past who may be super compatible with you in some way, but you're just kind of been there, done that. I have those feelings for you, but I'm not really going to engage with you because I know where we've been before. And that may be what's putting you in the defense, even though the attraction is strong. The sexual attraction is really strong. There's a lot of other suitors that you may not even be aware of, because I feel like you are kind of just engaged with your own life energy and doing your own thing. But this is really healthy for you to just be having fun, like the Fool, trying out new things, experiencing life, and knowing your boundaries. It doesn't feel like you really need me to tell you what's going on, because it feels like you really understand yourself. But I will say that it's important to shift out of this energy of the darkness of whatever happened in the past that may have kept you feeling like kind of stuck or locked up, or not wanting to leave, not wanting to engage, not wanting to connect. If it's towards specific people, that's fine. You know, you figure out, you do you and figure out how to work that out. But if it's in general and you're just kind of feeling on defense towards romantic potentials, then I would really look at that and try to figure out why it is that getting attention and getting attraction and getting crushes, getting suitors interested in you makes you kind of feel on the defense, if that is the case, if it's not just a specific person. But I do see a lot of healing, and this healing is coming from within. It's like you're doing the work on yourself. You're finding all this beauty and light by being more spiritual, by being connected to the things that give you passion and joy and excitement in life. And it's not letting anything stop you, not letting anyone hold you down. Love this reading, just want to keep going with it, but I feel like I gave you all I had. Let's see if we get the other baby. Nope. Okay. Finding now what was hidden deep within, the very essence of your being, stored away until such a time when you're ready to be safely delivered to yourself. Yes, this is all about self-love and self-empowerment. Allow this true self to gently surface in love. Growth number 29, which would be an 11. It's a very spiritual number. You can look up online. Do not cut yourself short. Allow yourself the possibility to be magnificent. Do not be afraid of being all that you dream. And that's exactly what I'm seeing you doing with this healing work you're doing. I would just say, you know, it's totally cool to take your time with love, but since you're clicking on this reading, there may be some curiosity there where you're interested. So let some people in, accept some messages, see how it is to engage with people again, to be a little flirty. And yeah, have your defenses up if that's necessary. That's all good. Thanks for watching. This was the Spiritual Gardener with your pick a card reading. And I'll see you again.